Good evening, greetings, salutations, good day, good morning, good afternoon. This is yet another evening, hot and humid evening in Europe, and we're continuing our little adventures in Autonauts, playing a little game of automation. So let's get to it and see what we need to have a look at today. Um, I believe we got the area cleared out yesterday for adding in another tree farm. Um, and we also managed to uh, get a little bit of extra preparation done to add that, so we should be good. Let's do a quick check on the farms just to make sure they are doing their thing, it seems. Though we are running into a slight overflow issue with the seeds, so problem. Something that we will have to address. Just want to check on fencing. Definitely need to make more of that, so we can finish off this nice farm area. See if we can just close that in like that. Nice. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to cover today. Definitely need to craft up some more fencing. So let's get that started. Whoops. I wanted to remove it, not root. See. Don't remember how far in it goes, but we'll see. When we started crafting up the fencing, that's kind of when we discovered that we need to kind of up the production rates on the forestry a little bit. So we'll definitely have to look into that today. We also managed to get some more research done. So we now have the structural workbench. We have the wood shaping bench, which will need some kind of flooring. So we can either do the sandy track or the good flooring. I'm thinking we do the good flooring. It looks good. And of course, we still have a lot of stuff for the whole robotics stuff to do. Let's have a quick look at our research and see where we want to go next. So let's have a look at this quick. So to get the next tier of bots, which would definitely be beneficial at this point in time, we're gonna need some extra things. So let's go have a look at those quick. See, the bod on tier 2, Mark 2 needs the panels and the fixing pegs. The head doesn't need anything new, but the drive does. So it needs panels, fixing pegs, and the good gear, plus a crude wheel. So we definitely need to get these 4 components automated, at least to some extent, before we can actually start crafting them and building, or rather repurposing our whatchamacallit, upgrade facilities. So right now we can either start doing some more research on the other parts. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Let's see. Don't really want to go into the whole upgrade of the colonists just yet, because we kind of need to get pottery stuff done. We need to get cooking technology done. To do that, we're going to need to get a whole range of other things set up. So For now, I think we'll just skip that. I would love to get the composting up and running, just so we can get rid of some of all those extra seeds. And I would also love to get this up and running strictly for the purpose of getting the stone bridge, or the wooden bridge for that matter, so we can start expanding our operation into the waters. I would actually love to try and build a setup where most of our operation stuff is basically sitting on water. So kind of a Venice in Autonauts. That would be kind of cool. Anyways, that aside, definitely need to pick some kind of research and get that started. I guess we could get working on the bots. That might actually be somewhat beneficial at this point. Actually, would also be beneficial being able to get rid of those mountains, because we're beginning to run into some space issues in this little area. So that's actually, we're going to do the robotics. So we're going to need one extra bot head, and I'm just going to craft that up manually, because otherwise we're going to go kind of out of sync with this setup. So that just needs one seed and one plank, so not a huge issue. There we go. Then grab that and go get the research started. Now, since we're doing the WoW times 10, that effectively means we only need to add 100 to it. And we've got 25 there, and there's 25 there, plus however many are on the floor up here, so it shouldn't take all that long. Right, so next up would be to excuse me, see about setting up a secondary forestry patch. So we're going to look into doing that next, which means that needs to be there. And then we need some boxes, because we need to be able to get rid of tree seeds and sticks, and we also need supplies of tools. So let's get some of this stuff set up. So this would be what? I don't know. Sticks, forestry 2. And that would be tree seeds for forestry 2. And that would be logs, forestry 2. And this would then be axes, axe, forestry 2. And a spade, forestry 2. There we go. Okay, cool. Next up, let's get some bots rolling. So we actually need to go have a look at this one quick, because it needs renaming. So we'll just name it Forestry 1, and then we'll kind of share this Wanderbot right here with the second one, and then just add one in here. And this guy is not supposed to be sitting there, so let's get him out of the way. That would be the stump remover. Come hither, good sir. Thank you. And then we definitely need some collectors and some hole diggers and whatnot, so let's get some of those established. Forestry 2. And yeah, I'm just gonna do the usual put it at the bottom trick, like so. And then we'll start with, let's see, it kind of would be nice to have, see, this is a 7 by 7 area, so that basically means we need 49 tree seeds to completely fill this up, which at the moment is a little bit of an issue, so we're just gonna go over here and borrow however many we can. So that would be this box. Here it doesn't really matter all that much because there are plenty of tree seeds lying around, so shouldn't be that big of an issue. But we can get a collector bot going. Collect tree seed, because we actually do have a few of them lying on the ground already. So we'll have him go pick these up. Then just need to fix up the area like so. And have him do this until his hands are full, and then he'll go there and drop them all off. So go. And we can do a stick collector as well. Collect a stick. And he needs to be there. And then we can go tell him to grab some sticks. And again, adjust the zone like that. Repeat until hands are full, and then go unload in the stick box. Till hands empty. I wonder if I actually managed to... I didn't. Nope. So just need to fix this guy quick. There we go. Oops. And then we need a couple of log collectors. So we'll get those. Collect log 1. Stuff them up here. Go snag one of these in this area. There we go. Do this until hands are full. And yes, I am aware that these Mark 1 bots can only carry 1, but we're about to get Mark 2 bots, which means they will be able to carry 2 of them, so just future-proofing a bit. Until hands are empty, and keep doing this forever. And then one more. Collect log 2. We might be able to retire these later on, but we'll see. Fix that. And again until hands are full, and deliver there. Boom. Hands empty. Good to go. So now we've got the collectors in place. So let's actually do a quick addition to this. Forestry utility. And and there goes all the bot stuff. Nice. So we can do that next. And then 150 bots. Yay. Bots. That gives us the Wanderer. Unfortunately, to unlock this guy, so we can actually build him, we do need a nope, wrong one. This one. So to build that database Wander, we actually have to research vehicles because it takes this good wheel as part of the blueprint recipe. So at some point we will definitely have to research this just so we can get that database built. What it does is that it allows us to just a second. Yeah, let's get Masonry done. It allows us to create subcategories in these team groups. so that's definitely beneficial. Right, actually I want to move that around a bit, so let's go snag a stone quick and get that research going. That will then allow us to tear down this hard rock mass and clear some more space, so that would definitely be beneficial too. Right, I wanted to rearrange part of the forestry stuff a little bit, because the winders we can easily put over here. Well, this setup has worked very nicely for me so far, so um, we'll move these down here. The whacker tree belongs there too. And I kind of want to do the tool supplying down here as well. Just so we can make one bot do multiple boxes, so it doesn't exactly have to sit and wait at one specific one. So that also clears up the forestry group a little bit, so we'll see. I'm sure we can get it working. And hi Egan, good to see you. Right, so since we're gonna need fresh tools here, we might actually let's see. Nah, we'll do the usual setup. Right. So the axe supplier we kind of need to change a little bit, because now he needs to handle 2 boxes, and he probably doesn't have enough memory. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6K. We can definitely do that. Yeah, we'll just see, copy this, stuff it there, and then retarget that one to become this box instead. And then, yeah, he definitely still needs to go to the tool shop, but he will need to add to a different box. And since we're still on tier 1 or Mark 1 bots, we can't exactly refocus these specific commands just yet. So I'm just gonna borrow one from there, put it in there. No, wrong box. Let's get rid of these quick. Need to retarget that to the correct box, which is right there. Nope, I'm being a derp. Never mind. This is the axe bot, so it has to be this box. Supply from there, grab one there, and then put it in this box. Derp fixed. Right, so put that in there, and that should keep him running on both of them. Yes, of course, he's gonna fill up that one first, it doesn't matter. And then we'll basically just repeat the process with the dude doing the spades. So copy that, refocus this to this box instead, and then we're gonna have to borrow one from here, put it over there, and get rid of these 2. Set that up there, and good to go. Dar. So that one bot will then take care of these boxes, hopefully. Let's see, where is the axe dude at? Ah, he's up there. Cool. So he's still filling up this box, which is fine. Get rid of some of these so we can finish up the food area. And they still haven't gotten rid of that one mushroom sitting out there, which is a little bit annoying, but whatever. I'm sure they will get rid of it at some point. Actually, I'm not that far away, so Let's just go help them out quick. There. Then we can plug that hole. And then I need to dig up the weeds back here so I can put down the fencing at some point, but that's gonna have to wait because we've got more important stuff to do. Right, so there's no point in adding in an extra mallet box because that's effectively just a backup for now, so we'll just leave that as is. And the winders, we definitely need to get back to the winders at some point. For now though, we are in dire need of a crap ton of holes. So let's get some holes. Dig hole 1. He belongs in the forestry group. So let's get him to snag a spade if he doesn't have one already. There we go. So he now has a foundation for digging a ton of holes. Let's see, kind of need him to only do this area. There we go. And since this guy basically needs to do this without consideration for the market stocks and such, we can just stuff him in a loop like this and have him go completely bonkers. So go. And then for some reason our... oh, yeah, that would be an issue. That's... ah, right. It stops right here. So of course they won't get any power. That's pretty obvious. The derpiness is real. Okay. Need another digger. Dig hole 2. So let's get him set up. Basically the same thing. Just can't be bothered to copy the script because I'm lazy. There we go. Actually, need to hit record first. Snag that. This if statement is just a quality of life thing for when I stop and restart the scripts, especially during the whole bot upgrade process that usually causes issues if they are already holding a tool at that time. So this little quality of life if statement basically takes care of that particular issue. Until hands empty, go forever. There you go. So now we're getting some holes, which is awesome. So let's go borrow some more tree seeds over here. Because I can't be bothered to walk all the way to the market just to get them. And there's a surplus here anyway, so that's fine. And that one is now full. So let's just dump them here. And then we need a planter. So let's grab a planter, tree seed, if I could type today, which apparently is more or less a chronic issue with me. Can't really type, can't really not type. Life is lovely. Okay, so let's fill up his hands, and again, one of those if hands not full, we'll do this, and then we'll have him go find holes to put those tree seeds in. And there we go. That's just to prevent him from running into issues here. I've had some weirdness happening, so force of habit, I guess. Keep doing this. Go. So now we are getting holes dug. We're getting trees planted, hopefully. We've got all of the collectors up, so we are 5 bots short. Let's see what we're missing. We're missing the whole move and unjam stuff. Apart from that, we should be good to set up the chopper bot. So let's get him going. Before we do that, though, I'm just gonna go check on the research quick. So let's see. That will enable us to get rid of that mountain that's currently in the way. So next up we'll do, I think we'll do the pottery technology, because that then creates a use for the clay. And then we can set up a clay pit as well. So it needed what? It actually needs 1 clay, which we can steal right here. Very nice. So let's get that going. And at the moment it looks like we are in a bit of disarray up here because we're out of logs. So this extra tree farm is definitely going to make a difference. Right, so actually I think I'll add in the movers now instead, because we already have a bunch of logs sitting here. So yeah, we might as well add in this guy, grab that, hands full, deliver to market please. Yeah, we're definitely in need of wood. There we go, until hands empty, keep going forever. There we go, and then we'll add in a second one, which is basically a copy of the first one, so not a huge difference, though I do need to stop myself quick. There we go, because we need to be recording when we actually do this. R. There we go. Sweet. Hands empty, repeat forever. Cool. And we got done building some fencing, so that's fine. Right. Got the movers in place. We'll do the chopper bot, chop tree. And this guy needs to be a little more intelligent than the other ones. So this is then going to be kind of the tricky part of it. Let's go grab a axe quick. And stuff that inside one of these. There we go. Okay, so this is to ensure that he always has a tool. And this effectively needs to be running until, let's see, until the market pallet is full. When he's done doing that, we're going to have him move over there, repeat like that. Right. So, actually, I can't remember how I set up the other one. Let's check quick. Right. Yes. Now I remember. And this is actually not the way that I really want the script to work. What I really wanted to do is to basically keep going until the market pallet is filled. But I also want him to stop if the local pallet for the tree farm runs full. So I'm going to have to modify the script a little bit to take care of that. And see if we can get that working. Right. He already has or he will have an axe. Let's go get the chopping bit done. There. That's the area. And then we need to put these in here. So to have him, really would be nice having a else if but just one of them things. Okay, so I think we're gonna do one of these instead. Move that down here. And then we're gonna do a check to see if that one is full. But we can probably do that with a repeat until let's see, not full. So if it's not full, then this should skip, and we'll just have him move to the axe storage. So that should take care of that particular issue. So if that pallet runs full, he'll just move to the axe storage and basically stay there until that pallet becomes not full. So that should do the trick. Oh, I need to, yes, I know, fix this. And it's empty. There we go. Now he should be able to grab an axe. Nice. And then I basically need to apply the same fix to the other tree chopper bot. And this is strictly to ensure that he doesn't end up massively overproducing. Shouldn't be a huge issue, but it could happen. So this would be an if else, if it's empty, go there, and else repeat until this thing is not full, and we'll just have him go there. Go. So that should solve that particular issue. And we have the second forestry up and running. So the only two bots that are left to be done are the, let's see, the move tree seeds and the move sticks. So we'll need to do something about them. There, that should be fine. And then we need to fix the winders quick. So we'll do that quick because we do have a tiny issue right there with a bot that's out of power. So cut this guy out and oh, he was actually doing his job, so that's awesome. So we're gonna have to fix these up a little bit. And you will then need to get out of there if, let's see, that should be more than plenty. So we'll, would actually love to have it cover there. So yeah, we're gonna make this one cover there. That should be good. Right, so copy this, stuff that there, change that one to basically just sit there for the moment and have him do this forever. Then we need to do pretty much the same thing for this guy, but we can, he's, gotcha, so he's actually the one that needs to be sitting here. So we'll go there, put that up there, and then move his area perfect position. Copy this down there, move this zone over to the other tree farm, and we should be good. Repeat forever, go. Sweet. So that should take care of the power issues. And despite the fact that we actually have 4 bots moving logs up to the market, we're still in mega demand and no supply. Anyway, it'll catch up at some point. It usually does. So we're just gonna let them do their thing, and then we'll go focus a little bit on another issue that we're having, which is chronic overflow of yeah, and okay, so the winder bot is coming from all the way over here to go wind up that bot, when a winder bot is sitting right there closer, covers the same area, but it still always picks the wrong one, which is just so freaking typical. Anyhow, why is this not really doing much? Ah, okay. So we're basically just outperforming our capacities at the moment. Ah, I see. It's because of the shorter walking distance between the village pallet and the market versus all the other pallets that are receiving logs at the moment. The village is getting a higher priority because the bot can move the logs quicker because of the shorter distance. So makes perfect sense. Right, it's slowly filling up, so we're doing good there. Let's get the stick and tree seeds on jammers moving as well. I don't recall how I did this. I did do the unjammed tree seeds because we do need the local stock, and then just a single stick mover that basically just moves sticks up here, which is currently a little bit of an issue because the box is full. So we're gonna have to actually I think we'll just go here, and then this guy will be move stick for the second tree farm. So I'm just gonna stuff him here for the moment, and then I'm gonna go borrow the other guy. You're the other white meat, this guy, and have him come hither, because then I can copy him and paste him there and restart this guy. Move him up here, and then I just need to redirect his pickup point to be from this box instead. There we go. And that takes care of him. And then we just need the unjammer. And again, I'm having a slight issue with the jammer being completely jammed up. So we're gonna have to kind of do the same trick. And right now the head is missing, so let's go snag that quick. Oh, of course I can't because I'm holding a stick. There we go. Drop that off there. And then we're gonna unjam tree seed with this guy and have him come up here because the other one is right there. Like so. Let's see. Come hither. And then the other guy, come hither. So I can steal your intelligence for the other guy. There we go. Right, so in this case, he is currently going to the wrong stick box. So we're gonna have tree seed box, not stick box. So we're gonna have to fix that quick by going here, snagging one, and then we should be fine. So we're gonna need one right there. We're gonna need another one right there. And then this one right here, and we're good to go. And we can just drop the acorn on the floor here, and they'll solve that on their own. And that makes 12, so we're good to go. Sweet. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. So, whoops. That should help reduce the lack of wood problem a little bit, at least until we start doing this entire stuff, which is basically what we're up to next. For the whole bot setup, we kind of need a supply chain because we're going to need new components. There are 4 new components that we need to add. The fixing peg, the panel, the good gear, and the crude wheel. So we need to get some chains, production chains going to get those crafted. Now I don't quite recall which particular benches are needed for those items, so let's have a quick look. This one would be the structural workbench, the same for that one. These need the wood shaping bench, and I can't remember whether the wood shaping bench can do the crude wheel as well. So we're gonna have a quick look at that. So let's get a yes, I know I need to build one of these as well. Need to build one of these, which we currently can't do because we've got none of these things. But we can put down a wood shaping bench and 2 of these. So let's get those going. We do have fixing pegs here, yes. So, we shall need a crank. And where does the crank get made? In the structural workbench? So we'll add one more just to do the crank. I'm sure we will need it for other things as well at some point. So, oh right, I completely forgot about that. The cleaner bot needs something to do. Stoop. So we'll go have him clean the rest of this stuff. There we go. Record, get rid of this, and then grab one of these and move that up there and get going. There we go. Get rid of that. Sweet. Then we also need some sort of wall, and we need some sort of flooring. So let's get some flooring going. Just because that's a unwavering requirement. So we'll get some flooring going, which shouldn't be all that huge of an issue, and then we'll build up some walls afterwards. Yes, I know. There we go. A world full of gnomes, and I absolutely hate the gnomes. Okay, all of this blinking is driving me absolutely bonkers, so please stop doing that. Thank you. And these are for all the clay stuff. Nice, no more blinking. Right, we have some workbenches going here, so let's get rid of those quick, and then yeah, we're actually making a bit of surplus up here now, so that's good. Good, 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 good. Then we need to, yes, we do need to upgrade these at some point. So when that time comes, we'll just move them over here, get them upgraded, and move them back. That should cover that particular issue. We do need to get that whole new production line going first, though, because without supplies we won't get very far. So I'll just give it a minute to finish up, and then we'll have a look at it. Right, so production line for those wooden components means we need some space, and I'm kind of thinking that we'll get rid of these tulips. Put them in a box, though I do need an extra box to do that, because when I cut them down, I will be getting some seeds for them as well. So I'm just going to put a box here and see if they would be so kind as to please construct it. Thank you. So that takes care of this guy. In a minute at least. One more plank. Come on, you can do it. Yes! Nice. Sweet. That'll put that there. Then we'll go steal the scythe. Nice. Get rid of these flowers quick. And since we're here and they are the same, might as well just grab them. I seriously need a cleaner team for this at some point. Yeah, I wanted the flower, not the... there we go. There. That takes care of them. And then just to do the whole beautification thing, we'll go grab a couple of turf pieces, 4 of them to be exact, since we cut down 4 flowers, and get those covered up. And then we should be able to build a nice little shed of sorts here where we can craft up those materials. And since we've already got some of the other materials needed here, they hopefully won't have to walk too far to build up those extra materials. Let's see, crafting bench, thingamajig. This guy, because we need a crank there, I think for now I'm just going to put him up by woodworks there. And yeah, he just needs flooring, so that should be fine to do like this. Sweet. Then we'll go set up a crank crafter right here. Which is going to take 2 bots to do. Unfortunately. Right, this little piggy went to market, that little piggy went to market, and let's see, we'll put him in woodworks for now. He, strictly speaking, doesn't belong there, but one of them things. Once we start building on the water, we'll plan out all the different areas and shops and whatnot, and then put them in their proper places. So this would be the make crank, and the crank needs, was it poles and fixing pegs, I think? Yes, it was. So we'll put that guy up there, and then we'll have him go fetch 2 of those if his hands are empty. Hands empty times 2. And again, just doing my usual thing with quality of life stuff. So until that one is empty, go add these 2. So copy that there, repeat until hands empty, do this forever, and you don't need to do it just yet, because we need a fixing peg dude as well. Crank, and he'll just be fix peg. There we go. Move him up there, and record this guy. So he needs to go snag 2 of these. Basically the same script, but just a different piece of material, times 2. and go add there until that thing is empty, and repeat that until hand's empty. Copy that up there and basically go forever. And now we can start them. So where did the other guy go? He's right there. Go. So that'll basically just craft up an extra crank whenever I go to remove the one that's already sitting there. And since I just need one here, we should be good to go. So grab one there, go add it to this recipe, and then we can get rid of all these because they are finished. And then we need a crude blade and a square frame. Now the square frame we don't have at the moment. We kind of need to build something that can craft that up for us, and they are usually a major pain in the ass because it's a fairly resource intensive material or item to build. So frequently that becomes a huge bottleneck, at least in the sort of centralized shop-based setup that I usually do. So I'm thinking I might actually have to at some point do some extra local crafting just to try and keep up. I know that once I get the upgrade process started here, I will most definitely run out of materials very quickly. So I'm kind of thinking that I might actually do the whole do a double setup of the square frame production. Maybe just put it up here. Let's see, yeah, that would be, could actually do it right here. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see, two of these. Yeah, we'll do that. Square frames are always a problem. So we'll need some more of these. Craft up some more of these, please. And thank you. There we go. And then we're gonna need a bunch of bots to run this nightmarish circus. I'm kind of gonna make a mass storage of these, I think, just so that they over time can build up a bigger stock of them, which would of course mean a larger buffer, so they have a chance to at least somewhat try and keep up with demand once we start doing the whole upgrade to the next tier of bots nightmare. So I don't recall whether this would be inside, so I think we'll just do this instead, because we're gonna need some more of these. That's kind of a given. So yeah, get those there, and that one can just fit there. Nice playing Tetris with this game. Right, so let's get these configured, and then we'll worry about getting them scripted. So each of these needs 4 poles and 4 fixing pegs. Luckily, the Mark I bots can actually carry 4 items at a time, so should not be a huge issue. One of the major issues here will definitely be throughput and such. So right now we're basically completely draining everything because we're building so much. And for some odd reason, this pallet is completely filled, which it really shouldn't be, because we do have 2 bots moving. Ah, yeah, they have to traverse a bigger distance, so of course they will take longer to deliver. We definitely need the next rank of bots, that's for sure. Right, let's have a quick look at technology, because we kind of want to get that research to keep going. So why don't we just do the farming technology now, get that out of the way so we can make use of that, which just needs 1 cut grass, and that is definitely something we can solve pretty easily. I do believe the cow back here has gone, so hopefully he won't be sitting inside the rock mass in here somewhere and come steal the grass. He didn't. So, right. There we go. And then we'll get... Oh, actually, I wanted to get some more pallets going as well. Let's get 3 of these going, so we can stack up some stone, and then get a masonry bench in here as well, like for example right there, and get these recovered like so. Right, so the masonry bench needs square frame, chisel and mallet, blah. So we actually need 1 of these extra to get that circus going, which is basically just 1 more tool that we need to add in. So yet another expansion of the tool shop, just so we can get at this stuff and get that out of the way too. But we can definitely manage that as well. Let's help out these guys for a moment. Just cheat and move them over to the other one. Seeing as they, whoops, they seem to be able to move it a little quicker, so just cheat and have them do it, I guess. That should help out a little bit. And oh, that's the incubators, of course. And then right, cheat a little here. Yeah, we most definitely need those upgrades, that's for sure. This is just becoming way too slowpoke. Right, let's get at least 1 of these benches up and running, now that we do have a sufficient amount of these guys. So we'll put, I don't know, don't really want them covering this, because if I stack this up then I can't get at the crank and it's just a mess. So I think we'll just put them here for now. That would be square frame supply, and we'll just call it market for now. There we go. Don't really want to put them in woodworks, but it's the only group that we've got right now that makes any kind of sense, so we'll just do it there. Make square frame pole. And this actually needs to be one. I think we'll do... Oh, actually, the other one is called a panel, so we'll call him make frame. Whoops, not 11. 1. There we go. He's put there, so rename this to workbench frame 1. That will then be workbench frame 2. No control delete here. Frame 2. And we'll just do the first one to begin with. And something... Oh, he hasn't moved yet, that's why. Gotcha. Okay, so we need 4 poles and 4 scores and 70 years ago. Or however many it was. Grab 4 of these, and this is now where we will start doing the whole throughput bottleneck stuff on the current plank and pole production, which will then become yet another nightmarish issue that we need to fix. But that's just part of growing in this game. So this will have to wait for that bench to become empty, and once it does, I will have him add these to it. So go there, and he needs to do this until his hands are empty. Repeat forever, and we're not gonna have him do it just yet because we need the fixing peg dude set up as well. So make frame fix peg 1, and he will go there. And he basically needs to do roughly the same thing, except do it with the fixing pegs instead. So this will be a ×4, again with the little hands empty trick, quality of life, until the bench is empty. And then just stop this quick so I don't have to delete the commands over and over again. Copy that there until his hands are empty. Repeat forever. There we go. So now we can start this guy, and we can start this guy, and then we can add in a storage bot. Store square frame it. And he needs to go snag that guy and put it in this dude, and then we actually need him to, like so. And that should pretty much be it. Actually, this needs to be until that one is full, and then we can do the repeat forever here, and we should be good to go. Yeah, go. So they'll start making those square frames, of which we need 2 for this one and 2 for that one. So we'll go grab a couple of those. So 1 there. That will then give us that wood shaping bench, which unfortunately we can't access the recipes until we've put it down on proper flooring. Sometimes a little bit annoying when you just want to check a recipe, but it's part of the game, so fair enough. Then we need another 2 for this one, so we'll go grab 2 more. And then we managed to get our extra little crude workbench over here, so we'll just go up to the tool shop for now, put it down here, and see if we can get one of those chisel and mallet things made, which is not made in this. It is made in this guy, apparently, so we're gonna need some flooring for that. Luckily we have some, like so, and then we'll go check this. Nope, not that one either. So that would then be in the good workbench, so this guy. Alright, let's get rid of these quick then, and then we'll just steal this workbench here, put it right there, and yes, there it is. Okay, so a crude blade, a pole, and a wooden mallet. That shouldn't be all that huge of an issue, making one of these. And yes, at some point we're gonna need to automate this as well, just so we can get more of these, so we can chop more of this stuff. Right now we need the chisel and one of these blocks for making that masonry bench. I know that at some point we're gonna need a block from it for something else. Right now I just can't remember what it was. So we'll just spend this. Oh, it actually needs 2 of those. Blah. Yes. That was a little annoying. Right, let's go get another one of these. And then we can use it. There we go. There. That takes care of that, so we don't have to worry about that guy anymore. And then get rid of that flooring. And looks like we are heavily dropping into the whole bottleneck, simply because we're using a ton of poles and a ton of fixing pegs, which of course means we're spending a lot of planks making more poles so we can make more fixing pegs, and so on and so forth. Life is wonderful, right? We are doing a lot at the moment, so it's actually not that much of a mystery why our resources are basically just going poof, we've vanished. Right, so let's see. We still need to set up for a panel production of some sort. So I guess we might as well add one about here. Structural workbench. And I think we'll do a triplet like the other one. And then have these craft up those panels and whatnot. See, this again needs another 4 fixing pegs, 4 planks, and 1 square frame. We are in dire need of better facilities to provide us with sufficient amounts of resources. So we're definitely going to have to do something about that. Let's have a quick look at research. So we do have the pottery technology, which means we have the basics for doing some cooking upgrades as well. We've basically only have 4 technologies left to research in this category, so I'm kind of thinking we'll just do them one at a time. And then we can upgrade the research station, see about upgrading the village maybe, and then start doing some level 3 technology. See, we might as well do the whole cooking thing first. Nah, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Let's get a log somewhere, like over here. And one of the first level 3 technologies I kind of want to get going. Once we hit that, will definitely be the mechanical frame saw, and then completely rearrange the whole whatchamacallit. Yes, that one. The woodworks. Because we definitely need better throughput there. At the moment, we're kind of, sort of, maybe, perhaps, trying to keep up with the wood demands, but we're definitely not breaking even on them just yet. I wanted to get a wood shaping bench now down quick so I can check its recipes and see if we can do the wheels on this guy. I can't remember. We can actually, so we're gonna need basically 3 of these, I guess. So let's get another 2 of them. This guy. So make 2 more of these, please. And they do need the square frame times 2, so let's go grab a couple of those. Like that. And then we need 2 cranks, which we're currently not stockpiling, so we'll just have to wait for these guys to make another one, so we can grab both of them like that, and then go add 1 to this guy, and add 1 to that guy. And then we need to go fetch 2 crude blades from the tool shop, right here. And apparently we can now make something new and improved in this one, which would be the pitchfork. Right. So let's get these out of the way. And part of all this wood stuff will start readjusting itself once we're done building all these extra floor panels and whatnot. Then this whole circus kind of stops, and we don't have to deal with that anymore, which would then yield some extra surplus to get all the other stuff done. So hopefully they'll eventually catch up. Right, so this guy, delete that. So the crude wheel and the good gear and the axle, that's 3 boxes. We've got 6 right here. Could run into some minor space issues, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll just put them here, I think. There. And then we're gonna need some flooring. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So 1 here. Let's see. We'll do the crude wheel here and then the good gear next to it. So this guy will become the crude wheel. So crude wheel. Bench. Crude wheel. Bot shop. There we go. Actually, it's bot factory, come to think of it. Bot factory. There we go. That takes care of this guy. And then we've got another one right here. which will then be the good gear, like so, which needs a panel and fixing pegs, which basically means at some point we will definitely need to get some more fixing pegs down here. So we'll add that right away. Put that there, I guess. Fix peg supply, bot factory. And we need a supply bot for that, of course. This needed to become bench. Good gear, bot factory, like so. And that one got finished as well, so put that in place. And that will then be the axle. Strictly speaking, we don't need it right now, but I'm thinking might as well just get it out of the way. Crude axle, bot factory. There we go. Right. This will then be crude wheel supply at the bot factory. Do this instead. Not enough space. This will then be the good gear supply bot factory. There we go. And that will then be crude axle supply. And just to keep in mind where it is, it's at the bot factory. Definitely doesn't belong here, but we'll fix that in the future when we start moving all this stuff around a bit. Most of this is more or less just temporary to get the ball rolling, so to speak. And then we'll see about making sort of a Venice style build up here on the water. And then we can reassign different areas for, I don't know, different kind of crops, and then just roll it all in. Hey Pancakes, good to see you. Right, so this guy actually belongs up there. And collapse those, and then we'll see what needs making next. Yeah, that would definitely be the panels. So let's get some panel crafting going. And for that, we'll need another load of bots. So yeah, let's get that going. Okay, so this one needs a square frame, 4 planks, and 4 fixing pegs. At the moment, though, we are pretty desperately out of everything, so I'm kind of thinking we'll hold off for a little bit and just let them try and catch up. This whole supply down here should be done sometime soonish. We could potentially add in another couple of chopping blocks just to try and pick up the slack a little bit here, though that won't do much of a difference at the moment, simply because we're not getting enough movement on the logs here from the forestry to the market where everybody picks up. So that's our main bottleneck at the moment. And also the main reason why these are not particularly speedy in their production. So probably going to have to wait a little bit for it to finish up. On the other hand, we can help out a little bit by moving some of these on. Yeah, we'll move some of them down here, I think. That at least will eventually have the supply bot that runs this particular pallet stop his runs. Nope, I needed you to add, thank you. And we definitely want to get some pathing down at some point. I'm a little annoyed that we can't, or as far as I know, this was the one I wanted. See, in here we have the crude stone track. Later on, we're getting some other pathing material, but as far as I know, we can't upgrade the existing ones, so we end up having a crap ton of them that we can't really do much with, except have them sitting in this inventory, which kind of kicks my OCD a bit. It becomes a little bit of an annoyance having stuff sitting there that we can't get rid of. At least, if there is a way to get rid of it, I haven't figured it out yet. So that might be a failure on my part. But it's something that definitely kicks my OCD a little bit. I don't like having strange numbers sitting on my inventory tiles that I can't do anything about. It's gotta look nice and clean. But then, I'm probably not the only one. Okay, so it seems like we are about done with this build nightmare, which will hopefully make this start to catch up a little bit once I get these pallets filled up down here. That's the downside of making use of that centralized storage that I do. Every now and then this happens, complete drain of everything, though for the future woodshop, I do have plans for scale that hopefully will take care of these particular bottlenecks. Though one bottleneck that we will always have is the distance that needs traveling to deliver the logs. 21, so we'll get one more and then let the supply bot do its thing for the rest of it. And the only reason that we're kind of stuck in this right now is because we're trying to get some of the base materials for getting to the next tier of bots. So we'll just have to wait for it to kind of catch up, and then we'll take it from there. And it definitely looks like our pumpkin patch finally caught up. Though for some reason the kitchen is not doing its thing. And why is it not doing its thing? Because the wheat box can't keep up? Interesting. Yeah, he can't keep up. Okay, then we shall go find our crude data disk right there, and then have the weed dude, the weed harvester, stop his job and come join us, copy his intelligence, and then we'll do another one. Harvest weeds 2. Oh, actually, I know what's wrong. Nope, we do have the unjammer. Huh. Odd. Oh well, I guess they just can't keep up. Come hither. So I can teach you to go do your job. There you go. Nice. Right. That one is fine. That one is fine. And it's adding in that one. Nice. See, I really don't want to get started on crafting more bots right now because we are sorely lacking in materials up here, which means we'll drain these resources pretty quick, and then we're basically back at the same bottleneck. So I'm gonna take it a little slow, getting those materials crafted up. Right, let's see. This should now produce a little more weeds, so we can get the food production running properly again, because at the moment pretty much only the berries are keeping up. The other two are completely locked out because we're out of weeds. So hopefully this will take care of that issue. There we go. Huh. Interesting that he actually goes to the other two stations before he cancels out. I guess... Ah, right. It's because I'm doing the whole... Yeah, see, if I move the move command into the loop instead, then... no, that won't make a difference. We'll leave him. Whatever, he gets the job done eventually. Right, so we're starting to get a little bit of surplus on the planks again, which is good. These I made for that project, so I'm just gonna put, let's see, I don't want to get in the way of the clay pit down here, so we'll do this, and then we'll add in, I think we'll add in 2 more pallets on these, just to get a bigger buffer. And then we'll get a bot going for making those panels, which we'll put in woodworks. Right, so make panel, frame. So he's gonna go grab a frame from there, and then add it to this one, and we'll do the usual setup. It's empty, put it in there, wait for the bench to become empty, and we definitely need to rename that thing. So this would be workbench panel. I don't remember how I named the other ones. Workbench frame, yes, okay. Workbench panel. He would be good there. So 4 planks and some fixing pegs. So make panel, plank, stuff him up there, have him go pick up 4 of these. Times 4. There. And again, the quality of life thing, just to avoid things going out of sync and all that junk and jive. So fill up my hands like that, and then we'll do the rest of this until the bench is empty, and then we'll go add. There we go. Repeat until hands empty, repeat forever. Did I even do that on the other one? No, because you only needed to fetch 1, so that's fine. And then finally for fixing pegs, so make panel fix peg. There we go. And that should take care of that. Cool. Fixing pegs are not a huge issue at the moment, luckily. So let's go snag some of these, times 4. Quality of life, insurance thing, until the bench there is empty. And then we'll get a research completed, which unlocks the level 4. We still have a long way to go before we get to all of this stuff. So the next one will be a crude torch, which at the moment we actually cannot make because we don't have the straw available that the torch needs. So we're going to have a look at figuring out something with cereal as well. For this one, we need an actual cereal to get that one started, so we can't do that one either. And for this one, we need cotton, which we need to go find. So right now we're a little bit stuck on the whole research thing. So we'll get to those. For now, though, I just want to finish up this script right here. Add there until hands empty, and repeat that forever. Go. And then I'm just going to add these, and then we can. That one will then be panels supply, woodworks. No, actually, market. I think I called it market for the other one. Yes, I did. Cool. Then we just need a storage bot, and then we can start these. Store panel. Panel. There we go. And have this guy go pick up that dude and put him in there. And do this until that box is full. Repeat forever. Go. There we go. And technically speaking, he actually needs to move to the workbench every time. But for now, we'll just leave him where he is and get the other guys started. So that one, this one, and this one. And yes, this is now going to put another drain on the dwindling wood supplies. So kind of an issue, but I'm sure we'll be able to survive it somehow. At least for now, it looks like planks and poles have somewhat caught up, so we'll mess up their capacities a little bit right away just by adding in a couple of extra pallets, so the stock becomes bigger, and then all hell's gonna break loose. Anyways, for these down here, we can definitely get some of them started. We do need a panel box down here, so we're going to put a panel box there. So that will be panel supply at the bot factory. There we go. And then we'll start getting some supply bots running down here, which of course is all the way up here, so we'll make use of the usual trick, which we can't because its name is already filled, unfortunately. Let's see, do we even have a fixing peg supplier? No, we've got logs, planks, poles, and tree seeds. Right, so we'll do a supply fixing peg, and he will then supply fixing pegs from woodworks down to the bot factory. So we'll have him go pick up here. Fill up his hands. If they are empty, that is. And then have him go deliver to this box. Like so. And do this until that box is full. And when it's full, he's just gonna sit there. Go. And then we need another one for the panels. So we'll grab a supply panel all the way up here. And unfortunately, I think we can only carry like one of these at a time. But we'll add it in. I honestly can't remember whether we will be bots will be able to carry more of these later on, but we'll see. There we go. That is quite the distance to walk with a heavy panel like that. Do this until that box is full. When it's full, you just sit here and wait. Go. Right. So that takes care of those two supply lines. We have stuff crafting and building up here, so that's fine for now. And then we'll start adding in the bots required to craft up these parts. And that will then let us upgrade these so we can start making some new bot parts and get us to the Mark IIs. And then we need to go through the whole upgrade process again, though this time we've got a couple of hundred bots that need upgrading, so this entire nightmare basically needs to go through this station over here at some point. Let's see, yeah, that's the house. And I actually would love to get a bunch of these things going as well. We're gonna need one there, and then one here, one there, one here, one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of these we're gonna need. So let's get 4 of these, and then those we're gonna leave for now because this needs to catch up. Get me some flooring, thank you. And this is basically the pickup zone. And then I think I would like to see about moving these 3 bots in here instead. They might as well just sit in here so this space is clear. No, actually, we'll leave them where they are. That's fine. This will be a doorway. So actually this will be a doorway. I just can't put down the flooring yet. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Just helps visualize it a little bit, I guess. And why is that bot not adding them? Oh, that's the builder bot. Gotcha. Never mind. Never mind. Right. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Let's get some of this stuff started. That one needs 2 planks, so let's see, that's the upgrading, that's the supply. This one does all of the part. Let's see, this would be the bot assembly and the crafting of the actual bot parts. So this should actually be parts like that. And then we'll do another one for the individual small crafting things. This is the, yeah, that's the upgrading. Right. So let's get another one of these. But factory craft, like so. And then we'll start adding in the other bots here. So this one will be the one that makes the crude wheel. So craft crude wheel. And get him up here, where he belongs. And then have him go snag 2 planks from here. Times 2. There we go. And then he's gonna have to go wait for the bench to become empty. Whoops. And I need to add in another plank because I forgot to take 2 of them. And that will be until hands empty, repeat, and job done. So I'll just grab another one here quick. There we go. Very nice sound. And then a storage for it. Store crude wheel. And he needs to be up here as well. Yoink. So user will grab this wheel and put it in that box. And you shall keep doing so until that particular box is full. This one until full, and then go. There you go. And then I can start the other one. So he will get going crafting those. So that takes care of the crude wheel for, let's see, was it this one? No, for the drive. So drive needs 2 crude wheels, and then we need a good gear. So we'll have to get that going as well. We already have the panels supplied. We have the fixing pegs supplied. So we only need to get the good gear going as well. But that is one of those annoying things. It needs 6 fixing pegs. Yikes. These guys can basically only carry 4 items at a time. So we definitely need a Mark II bot for the fixing pegs at some point. For now, we're going to have to accept the fact that the bot that supplies the fixing pegs to this recipe will have to run back and forth twice and basically just grab 3 at a time. Then we'll have to change the script once he's upgraded. So that's how that'll work for now. Craft, good gear, panel. So we'll have this guy go snag a panel from up here, like so, and add it to that one. And then we'll do all the usual modifications. There we go. Do the wait for the bench to become empty. That one. And then do that. And then I'm just gonna have him wait, because if I start up the bot now. He's going to go grab another panel, and then he's just going to sit here and continuously try and add that panel to this bench. And once it crafts the next good gear, during the animation time that it takes for the good gear to complete the flying arch from the workbench to the output pad, that is enough time for the bot to think that the output pad is empty, which then basically causes it to desync by throwing more stuff on the bench before it's actually completely done doing its thing. So just creates a little bit of annoyance. That's why I usually wait starting them up, and this would then be fix peg, and he needs to be up here. And for this guy, we will need to have him grab this basically in sort of a queued up way. Oh, actually, I think we're gonna have him go fetch 4 to begin with, so he's ready. So if heads are empty, which they should be, go fetch 4 of these. Times 4. There. And now we're just hoping, actually. That's a bit of a conundrum. So do we actually have him pick up 4 now, fill up his hands? Yeah, we'll just have him do that. We need to modify the script anyways afterwards. So this will just until hands full, and then we'll change this to hands not full. So go fill up your hands. That should make him take 4 of them. No. Yes. Like so. There. Then we'll have him wait until this bench is empty, just like usual. And then we'll have him add in this first batch of fixing pegs until hands empty. That should add 4 of them, right? Then we need him to go fetch another 2. So we may actually need to put in a brain in this guy to fit it. Let's see, I'm gonna need 6. Nope, we can just exactly fit it in. Sweet. Go fetch a couple more of these. See, go there. Times 2. Like so. And then go here. And add to the bench until hands empty. And that leaves just 1 kilobyte for the repeat forever loop. So, perfect. A bit of a roundabout way, but at least now we have that part going. So finally we need a storage bot. So let's store the good gear. Like so. All the good gear needs to be stored there. Go snag one of them, put it in that box, and go interact with this one so we can get the move. Keep doing this until this box is full, and do that forever. So that should take care of this. Run and run. So there we go. We now have crude wheels and good gears being crafted. Sweet. Right, so that should let us do the bot station upgrades and then effectively rearrange this entire setup. So right now I think I will actually do a stoppage, stoppage on this setup. Let's get these quick. I wanted a door there, and one here, and one there. And then, technically speaking, I want wooden walls around all this stuff, but no room for that right now. Yes, I needed to do a work stoppage on the bot crafting. So that's taken care of now, which means these parts will no longer be crafted because we need to start rearranging all of this stuff. But I think we will hold off doing that massive upgrade until next time. And then I'll let the whole setup run a little between streams, so these poor bots can hopefully catch up a little bit on all of our completely depleted resources that we have at the moment. So yeah, we'll leave it at that and take a look at upgrading the bot factory next time. So thank you ever so much for joining me, and I will definitely catch you tomorrow. So yep, that's it. This is Autonauts, and I'm Sheridan, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!